You can edit out the thinking part, right?
What's your best pickup line?
Oh, right. If I'm picking up a Turkish guy, let's say, okay, I know one sentence in Turkish, which is "Seni seviyorum." So I could be like "Seni seviyorum," and then he would be like, "Wow," and then I'll be like, "That's the only thing I know in Turkish," and it means I love you.
What's the biggest challenge you faced living abroad?
I think it was mostly being away from my family, and then it was also because the first time I went to like a European country was in college before I started uni, and it was really difficult because it's completely different. It's the opposite of living in Dubai. It's completely different, and the people are different, the way you communicate, the things you do. I also stayed with a really sweet old English lady, and the way she lived was different than the way like I was raised to live. So that was really difficult. Oh, Ramadan there was so hard because college, oh my god, it was like we fasted for like 20 hours or something like that, or 19 hours, I'm not sure. But yeah, it was a really long time. The UAE in general is a very comfortable country to live in. So it was like a transition, complete transition. And but then I also had like my mom. I would call her every once in a while, and she would tell me stuff because she's been, and you know, she knows everything. Oh, and then I started architecture, which is great.
Do you feel like your personality changed since you moved?
Yeah. I mean, my personality changed from 2 months ago. Like it keeps on changing, keep on growing. I'm not the same person I was before. Definitely, yeah. I think I became a bit more mature, even though some people would not agree to that statement. But I did. I was way less mature before, and I'm kind of less sensitive now and sort of stronger. But I'm not there yet. It's a process. But yeah, definitely grew a lot from 4 years ago.
What is the biggest cultural clash you faced?
Going there, I kind of knew there would be a difference in culture. There's a lot of drinking there. But I mean, there's a lot of drinking here too. You just kind of, I'm raised not to, I mean, I'm raised a certain way, so the way I was raised here, I would act there. Like it's not, I wouldn't change myself. But yeah, I mean, I kind of knew what I was going into.
Would you rather have fake friendships than none?
I'm more of a family person. Like I do have fake friends, to be honest, like a lot of them. But I do have really close friends who are there for me, but they're limited as well, you know what I mean?
Which do you prefer, sunsets or sunrises?
Sunrises. I actually watched a sunrise recently. It was pretty cool.
Why do you prefer it?
I mean, it's because it's the start of a new day, fresh, you know, fresh slate. Sorry, cut all of
Fresh plate.
And then, because the last time I watched it was on the rooftop of a building of my house in Sudan, and you kind of see people waking up. You see cars starting to exit their garages and going to work, and then rickshaws and stuff like that, and then the bakery would open, and then all these smells and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Do you believe in second chances?
Yeah.
All the time?
Not all the time, but I mean most of the time.
What would be the exception?
Terrible things, like killing somebody.
Do you think racism still exists?
Yeah, I mean, for sure.
Have you ever faced racism?
Yeah, a lot, but especially mostly when I was younger. Not so much right now. I think the millennial people are a lot less racist. The last time I faced racism in like a big way was when I was staying with a little old lady. But she wasn't intentionally being racist. It's just because she's older, she's English, and you know, it wasn't intense. It was just like, oh, you have long hair. Are you wearing a wig? Or she cooked me an African meal, right? Which wasn't from my country. And she was like, you guys eat this, right? And I'm like, sure. I mean, yeah, sure.
What are your thoughts on the saying, art should comfort the disturbed and disturb the comfortable?
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Wow. I mean, there's a lot of artists that are kind of exposing what society has come to. On social media, on series, like Black Mirror, it's pretty messed up. Like Mr. Robot.
What's your favorite form of art?
Architecture, I mean, it's more than buildings.
Yeah.
It's definitely more than buildings, but the way it creates this atmosphere. And if you're not an architect, you just don't know how this atmosphere is created. You don't know what it is, but you feel good in it. You know what I mean? I think that's art.
What's something you can't live without?
My family. Yeah.
What kind of parent do you think you'll be?
Crazy. I like kids, but for like a certain amount of time.
What's the most important lesson life has taught you?
To not be conceited. You're never perfect. You're always learning. Never think you're better than anybody else. Basically that type of thing. Because if you do, you just kind of stop learning. You know what I mean? And then you get let down. You get embarrassed as well. Be grounded. And always learn. No matter what happens, no matter how much success you've gotten. I mean, you never achieved your full potential. You know, you never do.
What occupies your thoughts when you're alone?
Boys, I'm just kidding.
I was thinking about boys.
Right now, what occupies my thoughts is my dissertation project.
If you could write a book, what would you call it?
I don't know what it would be though. I would probably write like a fantastical book, and because I like to dive into like a fantasy world that, you know, kind of sort of drags you away from reality when you need it, you know. That's why people like anime and things like that. It's because it's just very fantastical. And their stories and stuff. It has to be really genius. Something very colorful, something very Melanie Martinez. It could go dark a little bit, and then it's just like this way. Then it gets more upbeat at the end, or maybe it ends in a dark way. The rabbit hole. I'll call it rabbit hole. The rabbit hole. Just because the rabbit hole could be a dark type of fantastical.
What is your name?
رؤى محمد حسن محمد إدريس.